Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. Today's video is going to be a budget review of the second week of June. As you know, I will go in with my budget, look at all of my transactions, assign them to a category, and then jot them down here so that I can close out my budget for the week. So we are currently doing the second week of June. I've already written down pretty much all of my expenses from my bank app, and now I am about to go in and assign each expense to a category. So it could either be under the category of my tithe or my savings. So usually I will mark that with like an S. Then I have H for my home category, and that's all of the expenses that are associated with my home. Travel, and that's all my car expenses and travel expenses. Personal, which is assigned to food and cash, and that's like other miscellaneous expenses. And then my debt category, and that's anything that I am currently paying off that can be wiped out of my budget once it is finished being paid off. So let's go in and jot everything down now. Oh, I'm also gonna have to add a B for my business expenses, because I did not plan on doing business expenses this week, but I did end up doing them. So I'm going to have to put that in here also, because I would like to allocate how much is going toward my business versus my personal expenses. Okay, so what I did was I added up all of the different items and I put them into my categories, and then I did a summary of each category right on the ending on Sunday here. So my categories are business, savings, giving, home, travel, family, personal, and debt. And before, I only had like 4 categories. I want to say like maybe last week or week before, but I realized that it kind of benefits me to have a little bit more categories so that I can make sure I know exactly where the money is going. We were a little bit over budget this week, mainly because the business expenses that arose throughout the week, because I did not have them categorized in my weekly budget. So I will have to adjust that for next week. And I did tell you guys last week that I had my tire issue where I needed to get my tires replaced, and I believe when I posted that video I was saying that I was going to get 1 tire per week, and a bunch of you guys told me that that was not a good idea because they needed to be balanced, so it was better to get all 4 at the same time. So I did end up pulling out money out of my sinking funds account in order to cover that to cover those tires that I needed and get them all done at the same time. So thank you guys for the recommendation. I did listen to you. So now I'm gonna go in and just jot down each particular item under the actual so that I can compare this number and then be able to see what areas I went over in. Okay, so this is what I did. I added the sinking funds transfer to the income, and I also added a line item for my business expenses. Even though I didn't have anything budgeted, I just added that expense there so that I would know that I probably need to budget something for that next week. I have my savings categories, which include my giving and also my savings. And then with my savings, I wanted to save $225, but I only saved $104 this week. For the mortgage, we did end up covering that. I did have a energy bill or utility bill that ended up needing to be paid, so I did cover that also. My car insurance was a little bit lower than expected. My tire repair, I did cover that particular one, and I do have a balance left over, but that is going to be from the sinking funds for the other tires that will need to be covered. For the gas, we ended up spending $76 instead of $50, so I probably will need to adjust that for next week, at least make it $75 next week. For food, we spent $156, and $100 was a very lofty goal. I knew that I was kind of pushing it by putting it at 100, but I did not stop me from trying. I'm definitely gonna keep it at $150 per week. Cash, we ended up taking out $60 for cash, but we ended up spending an additional like $17 on like other small things throughout the course of the week that was not included in my cash. So that, you know, caused us to go a little bit over for our miscellaneous spending. For taxes, it was $612. For my student loan was $155, and that left me with an ending of a total of $2,275.15 with $274 in the account for the tires. Now we were supposed to spend $2,199.14. So that means we were over $76.01, which is okay because it's mainly because of the business expenses, the utility bill, the miscellaneous stuff that we kind of had going on. So I was over $76, and we ended up pulling out $300 for sinking funds, which means I will need to add a little bit more to cover all the rest of the tires. My car is currently in the shop getting the tires repaired, so once it is done next week, this amount will go toward that expense, along with the little extra that I might need to pull out of next week's budget. So this is pretty much the ending of the week, and what I'll do is, now that I know the ending number is $274.85, I will check this number against what is currently in my spending checking account, and it should agree to this number. If it agrees, then we're good. If it's not, then I'm missing some type of expense. Something is not in the correct category, and we'll kind of go from there. I'll just kind of check it, but I already checked it, and this is spot on, so we're good. We're good to go. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this budget review. This is kind of what I do every single week in order to kind of stay on top of our money and kind of let me know what expenses we are spending too much on, what we are not spending enough on, to make sure that my budget is pretty correct. Like Like, I know now that I have to budget a little bit more for food, I will probably have to take from another category. I know that saving $225 is a lofty goal or lofty weekly goal, so I might have to adjust it, and that's what this is all about. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this budget review. If you did, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you head over and follow me on Instagram at The Organized Money. Until next time, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.